"2025 was quite possibly the biggest year of my life yet, so I'm making a cake to celebrate. I especially anticipated 3 milestones: graduating college, running my first half marathon, and applying to medical school. For that reason, I chose endurance as my 2025 word of the year. To me, the word endurance was also strongly tied to resilience and trust, 2 qualities that I felt I lacked. This year, I wanted to become someone who could push through difficult times and wholeheartedly rely on God's providence for the necessary strength and capacity. I also wanted to focus less on worldly things and set my sights more to things above and for a greater purpose. I started the year off with mixed feelings. First, there was a lot of excitement. I took a half course load in my last semester of college while working per diem at a hospital. I felt a sense of security since my letters of recommendation for med school were all set and my friendships felt really stable. On the other hand, I had a lot of fear and imposter syndrome. After months of applying, I hadn't received any offer for a gap year role, and as much as I wanted to pursue research, it was looking like I might have to switch directions due to funding cuts. I think it really hurt my pride and challenged what I thought my gap year would look like. I really wanted mentorship opportunities and possibly move somewhere new, but it seemed that God wasn't opening those doors for me. As graduation approached, I also thought about what impact I had made throughout my 4 years and if I was happy with my experience. And honestly, I'm really proud to say that I really loved my experience, and I'm confident that I made an impact that matters to me. I really take pride in the relationships that I built in college and how I built community. One of the best things I did for myself was make a 2025 bingo board full of side quests. I was afraid to attach any expectation to it, even writing may or may not happen next to it, but I went into the year very hopeful and open-minded at what it would entail and completely unable to imagine who I would be at the end of it. Although I'm not gonna lie, there were points where I really felt like giving up. I'm really proud of how I stuck to the word endurance and didn't. I really learned to shift my mindset from aiming for perfection to celebrating progress. And so here's my celebration cake with 10 things that I want to remember and continue to celebrate from 2025. Look how pretty she is. First thing that I want to put on my cake is graduating college. The whole week was full of festive activities and grad pics and just celebrating all the hard work we've put in the last 4 years. It's also something that I struggled feeling proud of myself for, given that it was kind of expected, but I do think that 4 years of hard work deserves to be on the cake. The next thing I want to put on is running. In May, I also ran a half marathon, which was just so significant to me because I had failed to run my first half marathon, and so finally running the distance made me feel really proud of myself, and it's something I want to remember and celebrate forever. I also got to do it with some of my best friends, which made it even more special and memorable. I made it a goal in 2025 to be consistent with running, and I ran at least once every week for the past 56 weeks, so I'm very proud of myself for that. Running has definitely taught me a lot about not comparing myself to others, just striving to get better each day, and taking things slow. So there's running. I also want to celebrate just being more active this year. I do think that I'm probably the fittest I've ever been, which is amazing. Third, I would say working in the emergency department. This is something that really scared me. It's something that I didn't really want to spend my gap year doing. I actually unexpectedly really love it so far. It's definitely an adrenaline rush. I'm really proud of myself for taking that risk and trusting myself that I could do something that was really intimidating at first. Okay, I feel like I have to put this one on the cake, and I am really proud of it. It's med school. For me, not only getting in, but I want to remember my feeling of getting my first interview invite, which honestly was probably more exciting for me than my acceptance email. Applying to med school was so difficult, but so rewarding, just being able to list out all my experiences and what I've been doing for the last 4 years to prepare for my application. It felt really affirming towards the calling that the Lord has prepared for me, and it worked out. Shouldn't have doubted, but the Lord really provided with this one, and I just want to celebrate forever. I want to remember those moments and all the hard work that I put in, the struggle of writing so many essays, receiving my first interview invite, my MCAT story, and the miracle that God worked with that, the confusion and mixed emotions with getting in, and then the relief and gratitude that came months after my first acceptance. So I'm really excited for 2026 and starting med school, which is crazy. I want to celebrate visiting so many national parks this year. God really provided time and energy and transportation, friends and family to go with. And yeah, I've just been so in awe of America and its national parks this year. I love nature, and just seeing God's creation just made me so happy, and getting to experience that with friends and family is unforgettable. Next, learning Spanish. This has been on my bucket list for years, and I finally took steps forward this year. I took an introduction to Spanish course at a community college, which really gave me a structured plan for how I was going to learn. And then after that, I continued to listen to podcasts and worship music in Spanish. I don't want to forget all the car rides I've had with my sister driving to church, where we listen to Spanish worship music and try and converse in Spanish. I think that's really fun and just a way to spice up life. So I'm nowhere near fluent, but it is cute to just build up my language skills. The next one I would say would be moving home. I'm so grateful for the chance to slow down and live with my parents. It wasn't my original plan, but I'm really glad I did it. I've had really good conversations with my parents and just quality time with them and our dog and our cat. Going along with that, I would say family is something I really want to celebrate of 2025. We just spent Thanksgiving with our cousins, which was really sweet. I think it was the first time I felt like we were just 4 friends, and I don't know, it also made me really miss my grandparents. My grandma was my hero, and I miss her every day, and just being able to see my cousins really made me miss them, but also made me realize that I need to cherish family more, and the closest that I'll get to my grandparents are my parents, my aunt, my uncle, and my cousins. So it was just really sweet time, and I was so happy to see them after so long. Since living at home, my grandparents also live really close, and it's stressed the importance of family. Even though I don't speak Chinese that well, I want to make more of an effort to connect with my grandparents and my culture while at home. Going along with family, I would want to celebrate friendship. Friendships have changed so much over this year from graduating college and moving back home, but they've been so sweet. From living with 3 of my closest friends in Boston and having potlucks every month, to reconnecting with friends at home and friends at church. I also think that this year has challenged me in a lot of ways to be a better friend, to open up more space for empathy, compassion, and how I can be hospitable. And then last but certainly not least, I want to celebrate giving myself grace. I think 2025 was a big year of waiting and discerning what God's plan for me was. I came face to face with a lot of my own shame and my own struggles. I think I'm really proud of myself for handling it maturely. I really took up journaling. Yeah, I think 2025 was such a beautiful year of friendship and Thanksgiving and growth. I'm celebrating a lot, and I'm very lucky to have so many people who support me and who love me and who I can love back. I am so thankful. Look at this cake. We're celebrating so much today, but of course I would not be here without you guys, and cake is for sharing. So I wish I could give every one of you guys a slice of this cake, because it is a lemon olive oil cake. I am so excited for 2026. I'm also really scared. I think it'll have a lot of its own challenges as I start med school and kind of figure out what I want to do for the rest of my gap year. So stay tuned. I love you guys, and I guess I will see you next year. Bye.